Hello, my name is Lakia Siobhan Lightner Paget, and I want to share with you my college experience. After high school, I did enroll in college, the very first college that I enrolled into. The academic advisor was friends with my biological father, so she had the audacity to tell me I was too old to be in college. She also caused a lot of problems for me at that college. I had to deal with racism at that college. I had to deal with colorism. I also was business manager and editor for the college newspaper. And the advisor for that club, she was a black woman. And she had the audacity to lie on me. So from that point on, I resigned as business manager and editor for the school newspaper. I had to deal with unfair grades at that college. I had to deal with racism at that college. I had to deal with people lying on me. So much I had to deal with at that college. So I just eventually left. Then I transferred to Harvard University International for Religion and Peace. At the time, it was Harvard Seminary. And I have to say that was the best move I ever made as a college student. I never had any problems there. And I'm just so thankful for that college. So after that, I transferred to University of St. Joseph, and I thought it would be fantastic college because my mother is alumni of that college. But being there, it was something. I had to deal with disrespect from my statistics teacher. She actually humiliated me in front of the class because the computer wasn't working. That's not my problem, I'm just a student there, So I had to deal with her, and eventually I didn't get a good grade in her class. Also, I had to deal with racism for other professors too. And I did my evaluation, and I never returned to University of St. Joe's after that. After dealing with that, there's no need for me to be there. So I transferred to the new school and UMass, and I have to say, those are the best colleges that I ever transferred to. I never had a problem there. And I just have to say, if you are a student out there and you go through the things I went through, be sure to transfer. You don't have to stay at colleges that are racist towards you. You have to deal with racism, colorism from professors. That's the sad part about it as well, because you're lighter than them. They want to blame you. I noticed that, about dark-skinned people. They blame us light-skinned people for slavery. They oppress us. They think we have privilege. I've been here 41 years, and I haven't seen any privilege as a light-skinned woman. I really haven't. But in their minds, they feel like we have privilege, and they oppress us, and they treat us real bad. They abuse us, So much you have to deal with, and I don't think anybody has to deal with that at a university, or a college. You're there to get your education, You don't have to be harassed, disrespected, humiliated, treated unfairly, and because the academic advisor is friends with your biological father, a man that never was in your life, that didn't even sign your birth certificate, but yet he sends his friend, that works at your college to disrespect you and give you hell, This is what I had to deal with at the very first college I enrolled in. Right after high school, I had to deal with that, And, after dealing with her, I requested a new academic advisor. And he was a racist. He really was. But at least I didn't have to be disrespected, like with the lady I told you about a few minutes ago in the video. I didn't have to deal with that anymore, So, as a student and as a graduate, if you run into the issues I run into, I had to run into as a student and everything, and you don't have to deal with that. Just transfer, and I'm quite sure the next college that you go to, they will treat you the way you so deserve to be treated. So I have to give a shout out to the staff at the new school. I had never had any problems with them. I never had to hear that I was too old to get an education, like I did at the very first college that I enrolled in, And the teachers, they weren't racist towards me, you know. They treated me fairly. I was able to do my studies. I wasn't humiliated like I was in my statistics class at University of St. Joe's. I didn't have to deal with that anymore, you know, and all the other racist professors at that university, I didn't have to deal with that anymore, you know. So I'm just thankful, and I'm also thankful for the staff at UMass as well. I never had any problems at UMass, you know. All the staff treat me like I so deserve to be treated. You know, as a student, you know, we go through enough, you know. Even if you're a graduate student, you know, you know, we have so much to deal with, you know. Aside from our education, we don't need to go into a college and university and deal with, you know, the racism, the colorism, the humiliation, the disrespect, the unfair, you know, ness that's out there, you know. But it's a system that's built, you know, and it's sad, you know, that the system that we live in this world is there to not allow you to advance in life. You know, you have to go through so much hell, and it shouldn't be that way, you know. Whether you pay for college, you have loans, or you have financial aid, you shouldn't have to deal with what I disclosed in this video. You really, really shouldn't. And I highly recommend, you know, if you're looking for a new college, you know, go to the new school. I recommend it, you know, or transfer to UMass, you know. I never had any problems, you know, so I know you will be in good hands like I was. And also, I got to give it up to Hartford University Institute for Religion and Peace. I got to give it up to the staff there, too, you know. I didn't have to deal with what I had to deal with at the other colleges and universities that I had to go, you know, I was enrolled into. I'm glad. That was just a blessing, you know, and I'm so thankful for the staff there, also the staff at the new school, and also UMass. I'm just saying it again because I'm so appreciative, you know, that after all that time and years going through what I went through, you know, I was able to not have to deal with that. I didn't have to relive it, you know. So that's my advice for everyone on this Tuesday morning. You know, if you are a college student or even a graduate student, if you go through what I've been through, I highly recommend that you move on. You know, don't stay at a university or a college that mistreats you, you know. You don't deserve that. You deserve the best. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to get your degree so you can get the career that you worked so hard for. And that's my advice. And let's just hope that, you know, the American education system, you know, the people that works there, maybe things will change, you know. Hopefully the system is not in place, you know, maybe it'll change, you know, where all students are treated fairly, you know, and not racism, you know, you have to deal with, you know. Or you have a student failing, you know, because the professors are racist, you know, and then they want the student to keep repeating. So the student is thinking, you know, maybe I'm not smart enough. Actually, you are smart. It's just that the professors that you have, he's a racist or she's a racist, and she doesn't want you to advance in life, you know. And I always recommend to people, you know, once you graduate from that college, if you ever have a professor that gives you a hard time, go back to that college and teach, you know, and teach the way that you know, you can teach others, you know, and let them know that you're not dumb, you know. So that's my recommendation, you know, if you have to deal with, you know, a racist professor or a colorist professor, you know, go back to that college and teach, you know, and remind them that you weren't the problem. They were the problem, you know, because you have professors that's jealous of you, you know, or you just have professors that have their education. They can care less about you getting yours. So you have that, you know, and there's some good professors out there, you know, you know, but there's some real bad ones, you know. So that's my advice to you. And what else I want to talk about? Oh, I want to talk about the loans. You know, I want to thank Biden for allowing the students, you know, to have some time till May 2022 to not have to pay for their loans. But I'm just hoping that the Biden administration cancels out student loans, you know, because there's a lot of students out there, you know, that's homeless, you know. There's students out there that have to move in with their parents. It's students out there that have an apartment, but it's a rent according to your income apartment, you know. they, some of them, students, they have two jobs, and, sometimes they have to cut their education to part-time as opposed to full-time. So that right there, it allows the student not to graduate and get the career that they really want because they have the loan, to pay, And let me tell you about these colleges. If you don't pay your tuition, they will not release your transcripts, and you are not going to get your degree. So this is why student loans, student borrowers, they need to, be able to not have to worry about that, And these colleges should be more lenient. I know you're a business, you want to make money, but be compassionate, Think about it, If you want the student to pay the loan back, let the student get the transcript. Let the student get the degree so they can get a career and then pay you back. Be lenient like that, So that's my wish for 2022, is that, all the students out there with student loans, And even my mom, she graduated, 30 years ago or more, and she still got loans. So people like her and other people in my family and non-family, I'm just saying wishes for you, that the Biden administration and even, everybody else, the senators out there, please be lenient to these students, It's hard out here. It's not easy, And if you want these students to contribute to the economy, how are they going to do that if they can't get their transcript, if they can't get their degrees, because they owe money, for student loans, Allow them to get a career and everything, so they can pay those loans back. So that's my advice. And also my advice too for students and graduate students. If you join an organization, sometimes they will defer your loans. That's another way you can get out of not paying your loan. That's a good thing. So you're doing service and you're doing work and your loans are being deferred too. So that's another option you have as well. I'm just giving pointers from what I've learned, in my journey in this life, So that's my advice to you, And then I have to say, sometimes in life, you have family, and even non-family, that's jealous of you because they didn't make anything of themselves. They didn't go to college, so why are you in college, So you're going to have haters like that, But you have to say, the heck with them, I'm going to go get my education. You didn't get yours, that's your problem. That's your life. This is my life, I'm going to do what I got to do. Because this is what you want. College is a decision for an individual, Some people go, some people don't, But for those that go to college, get your education, Why should you not get your education because a family member or even non-family members haven't gone? That's not your problem. You're only responsible for yourself. You have to live for yourself. You have to make yourself happy. You can't make other people happy, And those same people that's not telling you, telling you don't go to college and everything and trying to, they really want you to be like them, stuck into nothing. They're not going to be doing anything in life, They have a low-paying job, And I'm not putting people down who have low-paying jobs. I'm just saying, if you have an opportunity to do better, So that's how I look at it, And all you young ladies out there, if you see your mother struggle, why would you want to struggle like your mom? You're supposed to do better, not the same thing your mom did, I watched my mother struggle. My mother's a college graduate of 4 colleges, and she still struggled with all 8 of us, But as her oldest daughter and the oldest child, I said, you know what? I'm going to do better than my mom. And it's not like I think I'm better than her. It's just that's what you want to do. You want to do better than your mom, That's what you want to do. You don't want to make the same mistakes, or decisions, in life. You really don't. You want to do better. So that's my advice. And same for the guys out there. Same thing. If you see your father struggling and everything, working, a low-paying job, working for somebody else and everything, do better than your father, That's my advice to you, Do better. And don't let these people who not going anywhere in life tell you differently, that you don't deserve a good life, because you do. Everybody deserves a good life. It's called hard work, And I know the system is against you. I know. Especially as a person of color. It's always been against us since the beginning of time, But you have to rise above it all. You have to. And communities out there, you need to stop being racist towards people, because they're not the same color skin that you are. And also other communities, you need to stop being colorist, towards people because they lighter than you. Light-skinned people was in slavery too, So all this privilege, I haven't seen it again. And I know I said it before. I haven't seen any privilege. I really haven't. I get treated, just like everybody else. That's a person of color, I get oppressed and everything else, So I get tired of hearing that and experiencing it, that because I'm a light-skinned woman, I have privilege. It's no privilege. I haven't seen any, I get treated the same way, So like I said before, I'm not to blame, other light-skinned people, not to blame of what this system is, We like everybody else, our ancestors too was in slavery, Our ancestors was out there too, and much more, So that's my hope, that people realize that. Stop giving us a hard time and abusing us and everything and making us feel like we're part of the system. We're not part of the system. We didn't create the system, We get oppressed just like everybody else do, So that's how it is. So that's my advice for everybody, all you undergrads and graduates, if you go through, like I said a few minutes ago, don't be afraid to transfer, If you go through any type of unfairness, racism, and much more, you just move on and trust me, it's going to be professors at your next university that will treat you like you so deserve, like I share with you my educational journey in higher education, And I had some experiences too during my childhood too, elementary, middle school, High school was okay, but, we all have to go through that, I guess. It's just the way the system is, it's built that way. So that's my advice. Move on. You don't have to be somewhere, and you're not treated like a student should be treated, So that's my wish for everybody for the new 2022 new year. And again, I want to thank my colleges. I want to thank Hartford University Hartford International University for Religion and Peace. And I want to thank the New School, and I want to thank UMass for giving me the opportunity, to be a student and not have to go through the hell I went through with my previous colleges. All right? If you have any questions or anything, just reach out to me and I will reach back. I will, answer you. All right. Have a great year, and I wish you the best luck. All you undergrads and graduates. Kisses. Bye-bye.